Welcome to our classroom. In previous class, we have completed the first three physical features of India. Let's we recall them, then we go to the remaining physical features. The first one already we have discussed. It is arced shape, the greater Himalayas. Himadri, one is Himadri, Himachal, and this one is Shivalik, Himalayas. And second one, in Himalayas, we forgot one thing, that is Dune. The longitudinal valleys between Lesser Himalayas, and Shivalik. Between these two dunes are these two valleys are called dunes. What are dunes? Dunes are the longitudinal valleys between Lesser Himalayas and Shivalik. So such prominent dunes we can see. One is Dehradun, Kotli Dune, and Patli Dune. So these three are prominent. So where are they? Dehradun, already we know Dehradun is the capital city of Uttarakhand. So here, this is Dehradun, and Patli Dune. Patli Dune also we see in Uttarakhand. It is Patli Dune, and Kotli Dune. Kotli Dune is located in Himachal Pradesh. It is Kotli Dune. So now next this one. It is Indo-Gangetic Plains. West side broader, east side narrow. This is second division. This is first division, second division. Here also we forgot one thing, that is Doab. What is called Doab? Doab is the region, the place between two rivers, two convergent rivers. Suppose you imagine it is here, this area. We see Doab, this area. Suppose these two are rivers and form a river, main river. This place, this area is called as Doab. Now let's move on to the third one. It is Peninsular Plateau. So up to here, so this one, and it is Peninsular Plateau up to here. Just write like this. So it is Peninsular Plateau. Here also we forgot one thing. So here in Meghalaya we see three hills. Meghalaya Plateau, you can see three hills. One is Garo, second is Khasi, and third one is Jaintia. Garo, Khasi, Jaintia. These three hills located in Meghalaya Plateau, Meghalaya state, those three come under Peninsular Plateau. Now, so these three are completed in our last previous class. Now we try to complete the remaining three in this class. Let's begin. Now, the fourth one is coastal plains. Coastal plains can be divided into two parts. One is east coastal plain, and other is west coastal plain. Now let's try to locate each and every point in India map. On India map, now east coastal plain. So what is east coastal plain? East coastal plain situated from Mahanadi Delta. This one, it is Delta, Mahanadi Delta. Mahanadi river flows in the direction. So from here to Kaveri, this one is Kaveri. Up to here, this portion is known as east coastal plain. This one, east coastal plain. So where is east coastal plain? East coastal plain is situated. Let's try to write the differences in simple way. East coastal plain is situated from Mahanadi Delta delta to Kaveri delta. Okay, only key points we have to write. Now what about west coastal plain? West coastal plain stretches from Kutch in Gujarat to Kanyakumari. So see the difference, already you know the difference by observing, you can see. Now it is from Kutch in Gujarat to Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu. So that is first thing. Second, east coastal plain is situated along Bay of Bengal. This one is Bay of Bengal. And west coastal plain situated along Arabian Sea. Now let's look at some more differences. See which one is broader. East coastal plain is broader than west coastal plain. So east coastal plain, just we don't want to keep in like this highlighted. So east coastal plain broader than west coastal plain. It is broader, that is wider than broader, and this one is narrow than east coastal plain. Now we see east coastal plain is formed due to rivers like Mahanadi, then Godavari here, the Godavari, then here it is Krishna, and it is Kaveri. Because of these rivers, east coastal plain is formed. And here we see deltas. So delta, Godavari delta, Krishna delta, Kaveri delta, and Mahanadi delta. So delta can be seen in east coastal plain because of these four rivers. So what is the third difference? Delta. So delta can be seen in east coastal, but here west coastal we cannot see any deltas. Why? Because very small rivers flow here. So they may not form any deltas. No delta because of small rivers. Here we do not find any deltas. Now this side, east coastal plain, we find some lakes. See, below Mahanadi delta we find this one. It is Chilka Lake. So lakes can be seen here. This one is Chilka Lake, and here between Godavari and Krishna, here we see Kolleru. Kolleru is a freshwater lake, Chilka salt water lake, and here between Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, here we see Pulicat Lake. These three lakes we find in east coastal plain. So lakes can be seen, but here no lakes. And east coastal plain even in surface, flat in surface, it is very rich, very suitable for agriculture. More development can be seen here. Agriculture development, surface is very even, but this side it is uneven. West coastal plain uneven, and also we can see intersected by mountain ridges. This side, west coastal plain can be divided into three parts. So up to Goa, so this is Goa. Up to Goa, this part, north part, is called as Konkan coast, and from Goa up to Karnataka coast is called as Canara coast, and this one Kerala coast is called as Malabar. Up to Goa, Konkan, Karnataka coast is called as Canara coast, and Kerala coast is called as Malabar coast. In the same way, this side, east coast, also locally known different names. So this one, Odisha. So this Odisha coast is called as Utkal coast, and Andhra Pradesh is called as Sarkar coast, and Tamil Nadu coast, this one, Tamil Nadu coast is called as Coromandel coast. Utkal, Odisha Utkal, Andhra Pradesh Sarkar, Tamil Nadu, Coromandel. Fifth one, the desert. Only one desert, that is great Indian desert here. The location of desert, almost in Rajasthan state we see. So what is the location of desert? See, so these mountain ranges is the reason to form desert in India. So this side we see windward, which we see rainfall. That side we see leeward, where there is no rainfall at all. So this side, leeward side of Aravalli, we see Thar desert. This is the Thar desert. Thar desert situated almost in Rajasthan. Why do we call desert? What is the meaning of desert? Desert is a place where there is no rainfall or less rainfall. Very less precipitation occurs in deserts. Here in Thar desert, we see that precipitation, it means rainfall. It is only 100 to 150, 100 centimeters, 100 millimeters to 150 millimeters. The rainfall occurs. Is it small? Very small portion. Suppose you think how much rainfall in Western Ghats? It is 2000 centimeters, which is equals to 200 centimeters. More than 2000 centimeters occurs in Western Ghats, heavy rainfall. Whereas here only 100 millimeters. Not it is millimeters. 2000 millimeters is equal to 200 centimeters. Here 2000 millimeters, here only 100 millimeters. So it is a desert, and vegetation is a very rocky vegetation. We see there plants grow there with less water, and also rainfall. When we see rivers, small streams can be seen. Small streams can be seen during rainy season. After rainy season, they disappear. And also in this area we see only one river. This is the only one river in Thar desert. You know what is it? It is Luni river. Luni river flows, and also it does not join any sea. It joins in lakes. This is the river which does not join the sea. So this is about desert. Okay, next, anything else? No. Okay, next we move on to the last physical feature. So some points we may forgot to discuss in the classroom. So definitely reading the lesson is very important. Now the sixth one is islands. Islands in India, we divide islands into two parts. One is islands which are located in Bay of Bengal. Islands in Bay of Bengal. Islands that are located in Arabian Sea. So what do we just we draw here? So like this, it is Andaman and Nicobar. Here, just close to Kerala state, here we find Lakshadweep. So in Bay of Bengal, we see Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Nicobar. And in Arabian Sea, it is Lakshadweep. So these two divisions we see. Now we discuss one by one. Then let's look at Andaman Nicobar. Andaman Nicobar. So you know, this is the extension of Arkan Yoma Mountains. Arkan Yoma Mountains we can see in Myanmar. This is Arkan Yoma Mountain. Arkan Yoma. So this extension of Arkan Yoma Mountain here, it's submerged in the Bay of Bengal. Submerged. IN here elevated. The elevated part of Arkan Yoma Mountain is called as Andaman Nicobar. Here submerged, here elevated. So this is called Andaman and Nicobar Mountain. And also Here, this side, northeast direction. Here, northeast direction, we see two islands. The above is below one. One is Narkondam. Above is Narkondam. It is Narkondam. And this one is Barren. What is Narkondam, Barren? These two are volcanoes. The volcanoes in India, these two, located at northeast of Andaman Nicobar Islands, they are Narkondam and Barren. Now, what is the southmost point of India? This one. This one, it is already we discussed in previous class. It is Kanyakumari. Kanyakumari is the southmost point of Indian mainland. Then what is it? It is close. It is close to the equator than this one. So this one, it is Indira Point. Indira Point. So this Indira Point was submerged due to tsunami that occurred in the year 2004. Now let's move on to here, this one. The islands in Arabian Sea. It is Lakshadweep. The area of Lakshadweep is 32 square kilometers. And it is formed, it is coral in origin. These are all coral in origin. Coral in origin. What is called coral? Coral is a landmass, marine landmass. What is marine? Marine means that is related to the sea. So coral is the marine landmass. Because of tiny marine creatures, corals are formed. Okay, this Lakshadweep is special for flora and fauna. So this is all about our lesson. So remember one thing. Here we may forget some points. By reading the lesson, you can get each and every point, and you are able to write any question that you face in the examination. Thank you.